We recognise China poses a systemic challenge to our values and interests.
What they are is an epoch-defining challenge for our country.
China in the dock. With a UK general election looming, the government is to accuse Beijing of interfering in British politics and aiming to undermine democracy. The Deputy Prime Minister, Oliver Dowden, is expected to tell MPs that China is behind a string of cyber attacks on UK politicians. Mr. Dowden will announce sanctions against cyber criminals and reveal China's role in an attack on the Electoral Commission in 2021, accessing millions of voters' records, and on 43 UK citizens, including MPs and peers. 4 vocal China hawks: former Tory leader Sir Ian Duncan-Smith, ex-Minister Tim Lawton, crossbench peer and former Lib Dem MP Lord Alton, and SNP MP Stuart MacDonald have also been summoned to a briefing by Parliament's head of security. Another senior MP who's had cyber attacks says in election year the government needs to legislate urgently to protect democracy.
I think it's no surprise that most members of Parliament these days are unfortunately receiving a regular number of cyber attacks from all sorts of actors. Last summer I had a rather severe cyber attack, but very fortunately Microsoft picked it up. I think we need to look at legislation around deepfakes. There is a reality that we're going to see this get worse and worse as a problem.
Pressure on the government to act against the Chinese has come from intelligence chiefs both in the UK and abroad.
The Joint Chiefs of MI5 and the FBI came together in an unprecedented joint statement to say that China was our biggest security threat. They've been screaming this from the rooftops, and it's an open secret, I think, that they're very frustrated at the lack of action that's been taken.
After Mr. Dowden's common statement, the Foreign Secretary Lord Cameron is due to address Tory backbenchers at the 1922 committee. Some Tory MPs fear Lord Cameron, who famously hosted China's president in a pub in 2015 when he was Prime Minister, is soft on China. Downing Street insists the UK has an eyes-wide-open approach to China. Ministers will hope their warnings will open MPs' eyes to the threat of cyber attacks.